Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're stepping into a journey through time and belief to explore how the major world religions have not only shaped the spiritual landscapes but also the very fabric of human society. Have you ever wondered how religions that started thousands of years ago still impact billions of lives today? Stick around as we dive into the fascinating origins and global influence of Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, and Judaism. Make sure to watch till the end because there's a twist about modern spirituality that you won't see coming. Let's start at the very beginning. Picture this, it's 500 BCE, a time when spiritual ideas across the world began to take a form that would influence millennia. In northern India, Siddhartha Gautama, later known as the Buddha, decides to forsake his princely life to seek enlightenment and ultimately finds Buddhism. Miles away, in the Middle East, the teachings of Jesus of Nazareth give rise to Christianity in the 1st century CE, a religion that will grow to be the largest in the world. Meanwhile, Hinduism, with its roots going back even further, has no single founder but evolves through a complex interplay of cultural and religious ideas in ancient India. Fast forward to the 7th century, and in the Arabian Peninsula, Islam emerges through the revelations received by the Prophet Muhammad, rapidly expanding beyond its geographic origins. And let's not forget about Judaism, one of the earliest monotheistic religions, deeply intertwined with the historical and ethical foundations of Western society.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more topics you love.
Each of these faiths started from a small seed of belief and grew to become a towering tree under whose shade countless generations have found refuge, guidance, and meaning. But how did these religions spread their branches so wide? Let's find out next. As these religions grew, they didn't just spread through preaching and conversion. No, it was also through traders, conquerors, and even ordinary people traveling and settling in new lands. Buddhism, for instance, spread from India to all of East Asia through the Silk Roads, transforming each new culture it touched. Christianity's spread was equally dynamic, first through the Roman Empire and then across the entire globe, each step marked by significant historical events like the Edict of Milan or the voyages of European explorers. Now think about this. How did Islam, within just a century of its founding, expand from a small desert region to a vast empire stretching from Spain to India? It was through both the sword and the word, conquests that were as much about political power as they were about religious conversion. Judaism, although not spreading through conversion, influenced Christianity and Islam profoundly and maintained a resilient identity despite the countless trials and displacements throughout history. What does this tell us about the power of faith? That it's not just a personal belief but a potent force that has shaped nations, cultures, and even continents. Incredible, isn't it, how ancient words and teachings still echo so loudly in our modern world? But we've only just scratched the surface. In the next segment, we're going to look at the core beliefs and practices of these religions and how they address life's biggest questions like the nature of suffering and the pursuit of enlightenment. What can these ancient wisdoms teach us about living in today's world? Stay tuned, because part 2 of this exploration might just change the way you see the world. Moving into the heart of these religions, let's dive into their core teachings. Buddhism teaches about the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, a guideline to ethical and mental development with the goal of freeing the individual from attachments and delusions, ultimately leading to understanding or enlightenment. Christianity, based on the life and teachings of Jesus Christ, emphasizes salvation through faith and the promise of eternal life. The core of its doctrine is love for God and love for one's neighbor, which underpins its moral teachings and community practices. In Hinduism, the concept of dharma, karma, and moksha guide life. Dharma refers to duties, rights, laws, conduct, virtues, and right way of living. Karma is the past, present, and future deeds that affect one's future. Moksha is the liberation from the cycle of rebirth influenced by one's karma. Islam teaches submission to the will of Allah, with its 5 pillars outlining acts of worship and the framework of a Muslim's life. It's deeply rooted in the daily lives of its followers, integrating their everyday actions with their spiritual beliefs. Judaism centers around the worship of one God and living a life filled with ritual and ethical obedience, as outlined in the Torah, which contains the laws and teachings that guide the lives of Jews. These religions, with their rich narratives and deep philosophical roots, not only guide individual lives but also frame community ethics and social structures. But here's a question to ponder. How do these teachings resonate with the individual struggles and societal challenges of our times? As we navigate the complexities of modern life, the teachings of these major religions continue to offer solace and solutions. Buddhism's focus on mindfulness and meditation has found a place in modern therapeutic practices, helping millions cope with the stresses of contemporary life. Christianity's emphasis on community support and charity can be seen in the countless humanitarian efforts undertaken by churches worldwide. Hinduism's view of a connected universe has parallels in modern ecological movements, promoting sustainability and respect for all forms of life. Islam's community-centric ethos helps maintain strong family and community networks, providing stability and support in an increasingly fragmented world. Judaism's commitment to education and community service has led to significant contributions in various fields, including science, economics, and the arts. These religions offer not just a historical account of human spirituality, but also practical wisdom on living meaningfully in today's complex world. So how can we apply these ancient teachings to our daily lives in a way that feels authentic and relevant? We've seen how these ancient religions shape not just personal beliefs, but entire cultures and societies. But there's more to this story. In the final part of our series, we'll explore how these religions interact with each other, and with modernity, the rise of individual spirituality, and the global challenges that test our faiths today. How do these ancient paths adapt, and what can they tell us about the future of spirituality? Join me in the final installment of our series to find out. As we step into the concluding part of our journey, let's explore the dynamic interplay between these major world religions and our interconnected global society. The syncretism seen in places like Southeast Asia, where elements of Hinduism, Buddhism, and Islam blend, offers a fascinating glimpse of religious adaptability. Moreover, the rise of individual spirituality, a trend where people blend practices from various religions to create a personalized spiritual experience, challenges the traditional boundaries of religious identity and authority. What does it mean for a religion when its followers start seeking truths beyond the prescribed doctrines? Lastly, consider the role of digital media in transforming religious practices. From online prayer groups to virtual religious ceremonies, technology is reshaping how we understand and practice religion. But here's a critical question. In an age where every truth can be challenged, how do religions maintain their relevance? Wow, what a journey we've been on. From ancient beginnings to modern-day challenges, the story of these major world religions is a testament to the enduring human search for meaning, purpose, and connection. I hope this series has opened your eyes to the beautiful complexity of our spiritual heritage and its ongoing impact on our world. If you found this exploration enlightening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history, culture, and beyond. And remember, keep seeking, Keep questioning and, perhaps most importantly, keep exploring the vast landscapes of your own beliefs. Until next time, take care and stay curious. Welcome back. If you've been following this series, you've already uncovered the roots and impacts of the world's major religions and how their core teachings address profound life questions. Today, we're diving into the final chapter of our exploration. How are these ancient faiths interacting with each other and adapting to the ever-evolving modern world? This part might just redefine what spirituality means in the 21st century, so stay tuned as we uncover the future of these age-old beliefs. In our interconnected world, religions aren't isolated systems but living, evolving entities that interact and influence each other profoundly. For instance, consider the religious landscape in places like Malaysia or Brazil, where you can find temples, mosques, and churches not just in the same city, but sometimes on the same street. This proximity leads to syncretism, where elements of one religion blend into another, creating a rich mosaic of faith. But it's not just about geography. The global spread of cultures through migration and the internet has accelerated these interactions. Buddhists in America adapting meditation practices to suit their stress-filled lifestyles. Christians in Africa incorporating indigenous beliefs into their worship. Muslims in Europe navigating the balance between traditional Islamic practices and secular Western norms. Everywhere you look, the boundaries of faith are being negotiated. So what do these blends tell us about the future of religion? Are they diluting the purity of traditions, or are they a testament to the adaptability and resilience of faith? As we delve deeper, one of the most striking trends in modern spirituality is the rise of individualized religion. Today, more than ever, individuals are curating their spiritual practices, picking and choosing elements from various religions that resonate with their personal experiences and values. This spiritual but not religious movement is particularly strong among younger generations who often seek a more personal connection with the divine, one that isn't dictated by strict dogmas or institutionalized hierarchies. This shift raises some profound questions. What happens to traditional religious institutions when people start seeking spiritual nourishment outside these structures? How do religions respond to the demand for a more personalized, less dogmatic spiritual experience? And perhaps most importantly, what does this mean for the communal aspect of faith, traditionally one of the strongest anchors of religious practice? Let's consider the implications of these changes. In many ways, individual spirituality is a response to the modern desire for autonomy and self-expression, but it also reflects deeper existential searches that traditional religions sometimes struggle to address in the modern age. This transition can be seen as a challenge or an opportunity for major religions. For instance, some Christian denominations have embraced this trend, offering more personalized worship experiences and integrating modern music and technology into their services. Similarly, Islamic communities have utilized social media not just to reach more adherents, but to foster a broader dialogue about what being Muslim means today. And let's not overlook the role of interfaith dialogue in this evolving landscape. As different religious communities come into contact, they inevitably influence each other, leading to new understandings and sometimes even to the reconsideration of long-held beliefs. As we wrap up our exploration, it's clear that the future of religion is as dynamic and diverse as its past. The ongoing interplay between different faiths, coupled with the rise of individual spirituality, is shaping a new spiritual era. This era is not confined by strict boundaries but is fluid, open to change and increasingly personalized. So, as we move forward, one thing becomes clear: the religions that will thrive are those that can adapt to the needs of their followers while maintaining their core essence. This balancing act between tradition and adaptation, community and individuality will define the spiritual landscape of the future. Thank you for joining me on this profound journey through the origins and evolution of the world's major religions. So we've seen how these beliefs were born, how they spread, how they've adapted, and how they continue to influence billions of lives around the globe. The story of religion is in many ways the story of humanity itself, complex, intertwined, and incredibly rich. If this series has sparked new thoughts or questions, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores the deep currents shaping our world. What do you think the future holds for these ancient faiths? How do you see your own beliefs fitting into this evolving tapestry? Share your thoughts and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and as always, stay curious. Welcome back. If you've been captivated by our deep dive into the evolution of the world's major religions and their modern interplay, you're in the right place. In this new series, we're going to push the boundaries even further. We'll explore how contemporary challenges and technological advancements are shaping the future of spirituality and religious practice. Are you ready to see how the quest for meaning continues to evolve in our increasingly digital world? Let's get started. As we step into the digital age, the way people practice and engage with their faith is transforming dramatically. Consider the rise of apps for meditation and prayer, virtual reality religious experiences, and online worship services that reached unprecedented numbers during the global pandemic. These tools aren't just changing the way people worship, they're reshaping the very nature of community and spiritual interaction. But what does this mean for the traditional, physical spaces that religions have historically occupied? Temples, churches, mosques, and synagogues have always been more than places of worship. They are communal centers, places of refuge, and symbols of faith. As virtual platforms become more prevalent, the role of these sacred spaces is being questioned. Will they remain central to spiritual life, or will they serve a new purpose? One of the biggest challenges facing religions today in this digital transformation is maintaining authenticity and depth. When services move online, when prayers become digital notes sent into the cloud, what gets lost in translation? There's a tangible essence to physically gathering with others, to the sensory experiences of a ritual that may not translate to a digital medium. Moreover, the internet opens up an expansive array of spiritual options, leading to what some call spiritual consumerism, where individuals sample different faiths and practices with unprecedented ease. This could lead to a dilution of deep-rooted traditions, but also offers an unprecedented opportunity for exposure to diverse spiritual paths. How do major religions adapt to ensure they're providing not just convenience but true spiritual depth? And how do individuals find genuine faith in a marketplace of endless spiritual options? Let's take a closer look at the personalization of faith in our modern era. With technology, people can tailor their religious experience to fit their personal schedules, preferences, and beliefs. This customization can make spirituality more accessible to those who might have felt alienated by traditional structures or dogmas. But it also raises important questions about the future of religious authority. As people increasingly become their own spiritual guides, what role will traditional religious leaders play? Will they become more like spiritual facilitators, guiding individuals through a more personalized faith journey, rather than dictating a one-size-fits-all doctrine? This shift could also lead to a more profound interfaith understanding, as individuals incorporate elements from multiple religions into their personal spiritual practices. Could this be the dawn of a truly global spirituality, one that transcends traditional religious boundaries? As we conclude this exploration, it's clear that the digital age is not just transforming how we work and communicate, it's also revolutionizing how we connect with the divine. The future of religion and spirituality is likely to be as dynamic and diversified as the technology driving these changes. This evolution invites us all to reflect on what we seek from our spiritual journeys and how we can integrate the ancient wisdom of our forebears with the innovations of the modern world. How do we hold on to the essence of our beliefs while embracing change? How do we ensure that our spiritual lives are enriched, not diminished, by the tools of technology? Thank you for joining me on this profound journey through the origins and evolution of the world's major religions. So we've seen how these beliefs were born, how they spread, how they've adapted, and how they continue to influence billions of lives around the globe. The story of religion is in many ways the story of humanity itself, complex, intertwined, and incredibly rich. If this series has sparked new thoughts or questions, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores the deep currents shaping our world. What do you think the future holds for these ancient faiths? How do you see your own beliefs fitting into this evolving tapestry? Share your thoughts and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and as always, stay curious.